Just finishing up a little bit of breakfast. Larry and myself are about to meet another friend of ours, Kyle. We're gonna hunt a property this morning, and then we're doing work at that same property that we're hunting. I think Larry and Kyle both have their tags still, so they're gonna be carrying guns around, and we're gonna go to this place where we're gonna be working anyways. Landowner's been seeing a Tom around, and those guys are gonna give it a shot, and I'm gonna carry some type of camera around for it. Then after that, we're gonna be doing some pretty cool habitat work out there. So see you guys in the car, and we'll be headed out to the farm.
Kyle says we're late.
Got a bunch out.
Fired up.
Did you?
Yeah, I had two of them swooping like right above me. You can still hear them.
Let's go get him fired up. You hear one?
I heard it that time, I think we should roll.
Yeah, we should go to that point. I'm gonna get up to this top right here. This property has the highest knob over the confluence of a couple creeks right down here. Realistically, at a large scale, if there is a bird down here, and they do want to come to the higher ground, they could make it all the way up here. We're gonna kind of pick a set up, listen for a little bit, potentially call, kind of just set up for a little bit, and just be in a good zone. See how it pans out.
Got him, boys. Got him.
Oh, dude.
Got him.
Holy cow, dude.
Dude. Did you see what I was doing?
I did.
When
I was like, he's gotta be moving on one. Oh, dude.
Yeah, dude. He was right here.
No, I mean like.
No, this is the one I think we heard drumming. Heard drumming right back here. Oh my gosh. He snuck in on us.
Oh yeah.
I almost was like, Kyle's right there, you know, I don't want to swing on it, like freak you out or be too close to you. I was like, no, it's
Oh dude, as soon as he got behind that tree, I just like put my hand up. I was like
he like peekabooed me one time. Like he came out behind the tree.
Yeah.
And then he went back behind. That's when I was like, no, micro adjust.
Oh, that's freaking cool.
Got right on him.
Dude. We heard him drum like one time.
Yeah.
Really?
Back here
Right when we made that
somewhere.
turn.
Yeah.
What was that, like 15-yard shot?
Oh, are you kidding me? Here, what? 80. Right here? So
okay, you were right there.
Right here.
So like 10 yards.
It was these trees right here that he came out in this little opening and looked. And he was looking for like, I think Kyle.
Yeah.
Not that you moved, I think he heard you as the bird.
Yeah.
He was kind of like, what's going on?
He either came through here or right through there. But either way, he like kind of worked this edge and then he poked out.
Well, we know he didn't come through this rose,
Yeah.
so he had to probably come right through there.
Yeah, he came right through there and like worked this edge and like came up to me almost pretty much and then like came right over.
Yeah.
I was like, he's way too close for me to take a swing shot at 5 yards.
About 12 yards.
Yeah. Check him out.
Go, dude.
Let's check him out. Dude, it was a headshot. I was, no matter what, he was close enough at 12, but I was just like,
Smoked him, dude.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, as soon as he came in, all I saw was the like little tuft there. I was like, oh, it's a Jake. Like I thought for sure it was a Jake.
super Jake, doesn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. Could be. What does his spurs look like?
Looks like a Tom.
Yeah, it looks like a Tom. Ooh, might be a super Jake.
Might be a really super Jake.
Yeah, look at his tail fan. He doesn't have like
a little
the
smaller.
Check his wings.
he doesn't have like the shorter.
Keith, I was rolling the GoPro, dude.
Oh God, dude. Because on this, it was literally just like, I was like this on, I think Kyle was like in one part of the screen and I was just chirping. I was just like, I'd have to just respond to the hen at the very least.
Yep. I couldn't tell if there was, there was at least one.
Yeah.
And at first I thought she was like putting. I was like, oh no.
I mean, she definitely was, because like when I saw the deer and Larry was like, I made that noise, I was like, I have to spin.
Yeah.
And I spun around, and as soon as I spun, I just saw like black move with red.
Yeah,
and I was
because
like,
she came
not
and
good.
then she went back and he got curious enough to circle back around. Because I'm assuming he probably was behind her over there. And they just worked back around.
Yeah. The benefit is, like you said, no one has been hunting these birds.
Yeah.
Like you can make a move like that on a bird that gets a little spooky. It's just like call a little bit, and then be curious enough to take that
You
move
talking about
around.
coming in quiet. He gobbled what? Like he gobbled once.
It made sense that they came up here. For a little bit, I was like, they're just heading to those fields. Like they're gonna pop out in the 5 fields in that bottom. And then we did hear the drumming, and I was like, maybe he came up here for a little bit and then made the move on because we didn't hear anything. And they just came in completely silent. We just
Yeah, first time she made it sound was right there. I was like, oh.
Yeah, you got real serious. You're like,
You killed Tommy!
It might be Jakey.
No. We were way exactly on the southeast corner. Kind of the back of the multiflora rose on your property. We're in that. And they came
Kind
up
of by the multiflora rose, there's 100 acres of them.
the back edge of it.
Awesome.
So you can keep this fan, and like we can do something with the wings. He's got a beard. Not a huge beard. Yeah, we could get this spread out. If you have a board or something, put a couple nails in there and dry it out.
Absolutely.
Just some barn decor, barn wall
Here,
decor.
I gotta take a picture of you guys.
Okay.
Just laying that turkey down in its final resting place right there. I always like to kind of thank them for the hunt and leave them somewhere more respectful than just throwing them out in the field. We're back up at the house now. We got all the fan and the wings taken off for the landowner for some decor for the barn. That's the first bird off the property since he purchased the place. Now we're just gonna hop on some equipment and start working out here. We got some pretty cool projects for today. Pretty cool stuff coming up. See you when we're getting to work. Standing at the quad right here, running these trails, making sure everything's clean before I start spraying and cutting on that edge. Right here I'm standing where that bird was actually coming from. We heard drumming on this deer trail, which if you get right here, you can actually see where there's dirt carved out on the deer trail. I know in May and a lot of places where there's really high deer densities, which in this farm country area and these big wood lots, there's quite a few deer packed into one spot. So there's super heavy trails, and the turkeys are using those very specifically, especially when there's all this rose and all this junk in the understory. I don't think any of us have ever hunted out here. Those two have worked here quite a bit, but I've never even seen the property before. So to be able to come in here and hunt before we do the habitat work on here is pretty awesome. I'm gonna keep moving here on the trail, and I'll probably see you when I'm filling up the backpack sprayer with herbicide and starting the next task. So Larry and Kyle are off doing their thing. And as you can see, I just loaded this backpack sprayer with some juice, and I'm gonna start basil spraying invasives within this spot that we're gonna do edge feathering. As soon as we start cutting trees in here, it's gonna open up a ton of sunlight. Those invasives are gonna thrive if we don't treat them right now. So if we treat them beforehand, get them killed, start cutting, it'll just open up that understory and midstory for a lot more oak regeneration and just shrubby stuff for a little bit of buffer between field and the timber back here. For basil treatment, you use triclopyr chemical, and you're just spraying the bases of these invasive shrubs. It's really just making sure you cover entirely around everything you're spraying at the base. And with how strong these chemicals really are, these invasives can't really handle a lot of basil treatment. It's a really effective way of eliminating the invasive presence in an area like this so that you can go in here and do work and not have to worry about that boom. It's pretty much inevitable, especially here in central Ohio. I'm gonna spray my way down this, and then I'm gonna be grabbing the saw and starting to cut a bunch of trees down here. So like I had said, this entire edge is now sprayed off. This is my starting spot. Right at this oak. Primarily the only thing we're keeping are pretty much the pretty flowering species. I know there's a few dogwoods in here, and then we're leaving oaks as well, except for a select few oaks that are buried under larger oaks that we're just gonna drop to keep that feathered edge and just focus on giving the sunlight to those larger trees that are gonna be better trees in the future anyways. So basically I'm gonna get in here and I'm gonna start just chopping every tree. I'm gonna try to get most of them back off the field, except for the ones that might want to come out here, and I'm gonna try to angle them out in the field rather than just throw them straight out. What we're trying to do is thin this inside edge about 30 to 50 feet in, so it goes from field, which will be fallow field, into this thinned woods, and then into the more stock timber in the back. Seems like it's gonna be a lot of maple and then sassafras, and we'll see what else we run into. Maybe some dead ash. It'll be fun though. Let's start chopping some trees down. One of the most important things for this project. Well, I just got the saw stuck on a really stupid tree, so that usually signals that we're pretty close to the end of the day. Been cutting through a boatload of maple right here, and as you can see, it has instantly made a difference. Sun's touching the ground, and now there's a ton of food just laying on the ground. With the maple branches being here, and the fact that every single one of these stumps is gonna shoot huge stump sprouts out. I haven't made it to really any of the larger trees, but I think I can hear Larry back there starting to kind of clean up the larger trees coming back towards me. Cutting like this is awesome because you can instantly see the changes that you're making, and it really instantly improves the habitat. Just having that quick disturbance, putting a bunch of organic material on the ground and breaking that canopy to actually get some sunlight to the ground. Still got a decent amount to go here, but I'm sure everyone's getting pretty sweaty. It's been a long day. So we've been on the property for at least 12 hours today. Been a pretty awesome day though. I'm gonna go get Larry, have him cut me out of this tree. Maybe we'll finish out one more tank and then we'll be packing up and heading out.